let's go through parade of problems for those companies who do not use WMS. We talk about manufacturing companies at first. So, first problem is wrong prioritization of production tasks across shops and workstations. What this mean? It's from real life, one of the cases, when one customer asked me to make audit of their manufacturing facility. And so I arrived, and what I have seen, they have sales plan. It's very good because they begin their manufacturing from sales planning. After that, they decompose this sales plan for months, transform it to production plan, and then sorting monthly plan by priorities and issuing the plan to the shop floor supervisor. So each shop supervisor has several production tasks, and they begin to perform these production tasks by just taking it from the spec and taking to the people who is responsible for executing, performing these tasks. What do they have? What symptoms I have seen on their facility? At first, lack of space in workshop, storage, and transit area. It was overloaded. And they even thought about additional space, maybe bigger building or something like that. Workshop storage overcapacity due to excessive components. There was a lot of some materials, components in the shops, and they didn't know if these components is needed or not for some operations, because there was a lot of people who's responsible, everyone responsible for their own operation. Also, availability of required components for final assembly. There was a lot of components before final assembly shop, and they didn't have a possibility to start assembly because there was not needed components to process it. Frequent urgent situations. A lot of situations like we have some problems, let's solve this problem, so reactive processes. Regular instances of urgent work, overtime work becoming common towards the end of the reporting period, overtime work considered the norm by the order completion deadline, and etc. Why so? Because from one side, manual task planning, fragmented decision making. Manual task planning means that a supervisor dispatching these tasks as he think it's okay, but fragmented decision making is when a lot of people decides what to do at this time at their workstations, and also difficulty in accounting for all factors, because pretty big facility, a lot of processes, and so in manual mode they have all these problems. Next one is material deficit due to incorrect delivery plan. It's pretty common problem for most of companies like this, because they are buying some materials, raw materials from their suppliers, and they making contract, for example, for 1 year. But they do not specify quantity of components which must be delivered, for example, in months or in a week or in exact date. So that's why their warehouses is overloaded, they have overstock, but materials are insufficient. From one side, yes, warehouse is overloaded. From other, materials are insufficient for current production plan, despite regular purchases. At the volume time planning level, it's okay. We see that stock is adequate, but shortages occur in real time. That's the problem. Material shortage is not related to disruptions in the supply schedule, and due to material shortages, alternate materials needs to be considered. Why so? Gap between long-term and operational planning, because they don't have APS systems, they don't have systems of planning to at lower level, not as high as ERP, and unsynchronized order fulfillment. Inside the shops, execution of production tasks is determined on site without coordination with deliveries. Third problem, I call it chamber of secrets. It's unfinished goods and accounting of unfinished goods. it's when employees are unable to find components produced in previous periods. So they produced needed for next stages components. They keep it somewhere, but they don't know where these components are. It's needed to redo tasks that have already been completed, deadlines are missed, components lost, etc. But sometimes they unexpectedly found these components somewhere. In fact, one of my good friends, owner of factory, at one period they lose about 10 tons of milk fat, and in another period they found these 10 tons of milk fat. It's very, very funny. Why so? Because lack of location-based storage. In fact, WMS could solve this problem, but partly, not fully, but partly, and lack of tracking system. Because one of the most important results when you're implementing MES system in MES is full materials traceability. Batch traceability from the stage of raw materials receiving and to shipping of finished goods. Fourth problem is uncoordinated shop-to-shop logistics. It's pretty simple because you see that transit areas between shops are overloaded, components listed in the system and reports, but not available when it's needed, and production tasks are delayed due to the lack of required components. Movements without prioritization. Why so? Because I am, as for example, forklift operator, coming to some point A, and I see there several pallets, for example. Yes, I just taking any of these pallets without any prioritization of these tasks and moving to target point, destination point. And so that's why input buffer of other workstation, working area, become overloaded, but we do not have needed materials for our production manufacturing process to be synchronized at all stages and all areas, and random selection of components. That's it. Next one, fifth problem, high-level production accounting. This means that we are not accounting our finished goods in real-time mode. We just waiting for these goods to be accumulated somewhere, and then we accounting these goods by entering some data to our system, for example, ERP system. And we have a lot of problems due to this thing. We have floating deviations in the inventory results. We have a total volume of raw materials used isn't correlated with the volume of finished goods produced, and etc. Main problem is specifications are not correspond to our real processes. In fact, this is the standard automation pyramid. It's not mine. It's one of the ISO standards. And as you see here, you have ERP level, enterprise, manufacturing. You have automated processes control system, equipment management, PLC, SCADA, and etc. But most of companies forget about this level. It's level of manufacturing execution system. Because when you plan something at the level of ERP system, this is your long-term plans. Or it could be detailed plans. But it's not shift level. Yes, it's not a level of your current production, current manufacturing shift. And so when implementing MES, you automating processes of shops, automating processes of workstations, and so all these problems could be solved. How MES system solves first problem? By automatically prioritization of assignment for orders, by monitoring material flow, early warning system, to switch from reactive mode to proactive mode, improved visibility of processes and information, reduction of downtime, and enhanced coordination for all production management levels. And here is some effects of MES implementation. It's pretty impressive. By the way, effects at other slides could not be summarized. Problem number 2 could be solved by with integration between ERP and MES at the inventory and supply management level, production planning based on material availability, real-time inventory control and monitoring, synchronization of production plan with supply schedule, flexible response to changes at each stage, and management of alternative materials. Here you could see effects of MES implementation again. I think my colleagues will send this presentation to all of you, and you could examine it paying more attention. Third problem, chamber of secrets, product traceability and genealogy. It's one of the most important things because when you have information about product genealogy in your system, you could see all paths from raw materials to finished goods through all the stages. Location-based storage and warehouse space management plus WMS integration, real-time inventory control and monitoring, accountability control at every stage of production, automation of document flow, and history of operations. Again, effect of MES implementation. Fourth problem is about uncoordinated shop-to-shop logistics. This could be solved with management of shop-to-shop transportation flows based on current production needs, automatic scheduling of shop-to-shop transfers, real-time monitoring of transit areas, integration with warehouse management system, priority-based materials management based on its importance for order fulfillment, and control of actual materials availability and automatic creation of transfer tasks. Again, effect of MES implementation. You could see that usually effect of implementation is higher than 20–30%. And fifth problem is about high-level production accounting, real-time registration of finished goods production, recording of octal raw materials and components used at each stage of production, production genealogy, automatic calculation of standard deviations, quality and defect management, traceability, and integration with WMS. Also, what is important that when you're implementing system for process automation, then accounting at each level is not just a thing about entering some data, because the main thing is system is setting up corresponding to your processes, and after that each employee receives tasks, executing these tasks one by one, and they do not enter something from themselves. They're just performing tasks, and that's main thing. That's most important. And here again, effect of MES implementation. One of our cases, it's ex-Tetra Pak company, as I told not so long ago, GC Packaging Systems. So here we have pretty impressive results. In fact, this project was completed just in 2 months. Reduction of labor costs for inspection by up to 41%, fulfillment of production orders at all post stages of the production, automated integration with equipment, cranes, conveyors, and etc. already done by our company. Thank you very much. It was pretty short.